perfectly crisp chicken skin cooked next to these beautifully precise yakitori chicken cooked on a barbecue indoors. Yakitori chicken on a Konro Grill. This video is sponsored by Chefslocker, who have very kindly given us one of these awesome Konro Japanese barbecues or grills. And we're using smokeless coal, which I'm heating up right now, to cook my yakitori. Welcome back to Wok Wednesdays. It's a wok-less Wednesday, because we're swapping out the wok for an indoor barbecue. We're doing chicken yakitori and yakitori skin, chicken skin, to crisp up this skin. Now, traditionally, and if you are a Japanese chef watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna kind of make it slightly easier for those at home to make their yakitori sticks look so precise as the professionals do, but in a slightly simpler way. And that is, I've got my chicken thighs with skin on, but I've taken the bone off, and I'm gonna pop them straight into a pan of boiling water to blanch the chicken thighs. And what this I find does is helps the chicken to sort of tighten up, but also the skin to tighten up in a more sort of rigid sense and not throw off loads of excess fat when it's grilling on top of the barbecue, especially because I'm cooking with the barbecue inside and I want to do it as safely as possible. So I'm going to blanch the chicken thighs with their skin on for about 3 minutes. That's blanched, just pop that into cold water to cool. So whilst my chicken's just sitting and cooling, I'm gonna make up my tare, which is basically like the soy glaze that you put sort of brushed lightly over the yakitori sort of time and time again to give it that lovely, sweet, salty, savory flavor. I've got a whole load of spring onion here, which I've just popped straight into a saucepan, and then I've got some Japanese soy, some sake, mirin, which is the sweeter Japanese rice wine, a little bit of salt, and some soft brown sugar. Now what you want to do is melt that sugar through, bring it to a boil, and then just let that sort of simmer away on a low heat, because we're going to use that to just brush over the yakitori once we're grilling. So my tare is on my glaze, and then I've got some spring onion here. And I kind of want the spring onion and my chicken thigh pieces to all be a similar sort of size. Now, my blanched thighs, you should be able to sort of get under the skin of your chicken thighs just by sort of peeling it off carefully like so. You want to do this with all of your chicken skin, and we'll use that blanched skin that, as I say, is kind of tightened up, not quite as sort of fatty as it was when it first started raw. So the skin, we're just gonna cut into sort of similar size pieces, and then you wanna dry these on a bit of kitchen paper. So I want this to crisp up as much as possible, and that will just help, that sort of dryness will help more. Then you want to sort of dab it dry over the top. And then the last sort of process is just to get some salt and just scatter that over the top of your skin. And just press that salt into the chicken skin and then dab again. This process will help you get to nice, crisp. And whilst that's sort of drawing out more moisture from the skin, we can slice the rest of your chicken. It's always good when you're slicing your chicken to take a piece of your spring onion, kind of like so. Now, onto the skewering. You could use metal skewers or just bamboo skewers work fine too. They've been soaked, my bamboo skewers, in cold water for about half an hour or so. And we're gonna start with a good piece of chicken, and then we'll go spring onion, nice and simple, one over the other. Now with the chicken skin, but I'm just rolling the bits of skin up before I skewer it. So, my yakitori sticks, and I'm just dabbing that skin. I'm just gonna brush a little bit of oil over the grill. Now this is a perfect time to talk about our sponsors, Chefslocker, who have provided this awesome Konro Japanese barbecue and the grill. And the grill itself is really specialist. Right, this stuff here is called diatomite, cool word. What it creates is these really thick, highly insulating walls around the barbecue. And this grill is on the worktop, but it's kind of warm, not hot on the outside. The coals themselves are also sort of compressed, sort of tubes of coal. But once they're hot, they stay hot for hours. And you can actually cool them down and then use them again if you haven't burnt them all the way through. Now for a yakitori like this, you don't want your heat to be sort of too uneven. You want it to be well distributed. I've only got sort of 4 or 5 bits of tubes of coal in here, and I've got my little doors, so I'm not allowing too much air to go into this to sort of create too much fire. I'm also gonna brush a little bit oil over the top of the chicken before I place it on the grill. Once your yakitori is on, then you can just turn your heat up by just moving these doors on either side of the grill. So you want to put those on the grill and you're going to keep turning them bit by bit every few minutes. Brush them with your tare or glaze, that soy glaze. You're going to cook them like that for about 20 to 25 minutes till they're crisp around the edge and cooked through. So these have taken about 20 minutes, and the coal is on quite a slow heat, but it's controllable, cooks through, chars perfectly. That's the difference between a grill like this and sort of doing it on a classic barbecue. Look at that char around the edges of each skewer, and the skin nice and crisp, with that nice, lovely, sticky sauce around the edge. And the best part of any Wok Wednesday for me is this here. Let's try the skin first. Oh my golly gosh. That is so Moorish and crisp around the edge of the skin. It's perfect. Making something like this and you're dealing with things like chicken skin, you kind of feel like, ooh. But when you bite into that, along with the chicken, and let's try a little bit of that spring onion as well. Grilled to perfection. So, a different Wok Wednesday today, cooking yakitori on a Konro grill. Thank you very much, Chefslocker, for providing this grill for the Wok Wednesday video. Hey, if there's anything like this that you guys have put on the barbecue and you want to let us know in the comments below. And we'll see you next time.